is the North End. This is the North End.
Hey guys, JP California here, shooting you 5 things we learned about Aston Villa today. It is April 2nd, 2022, and it's a gloomy day. I'm actually freezing in this short sleeve top. It's like 60 degrees out. I don't know what I'm doing. I really don't know what I'm doing because Villa lost again, 2-1 to Wolves. They're kind of local rivals, kind of not. I'm starting to get really sad about this. Some of these 5 things are starting to reoccur. I just feel like we're having a continuous error issue at Villa, which is that we need the summer to come. We need Steven Gerrard to have some more time. But I think there's some things we can pull apart about this match that'll help us better understand Villa, better understand where Villa are going, and hopefully better understand where we can possibly go next year. So here's the 5 things we learned about Aston Villa in their game, their 2-1 loss versus Wolves on April 2nd. Number 1, changes, right? Changes are coming. We had some formation changes done by Steven Gerrard today. Bailey, Sanson, they got their first starts, both of them since December. We had McGinn playing in the 6 in the holding mid-roll. He brought Konza, stayed in. Luka Dean came back in, and he just didn't last very long. I think he only lasted about 12 minutes. But Dougie got left out. Ings was celebrating the birth of a child, and rightly so. He should be given the time off. I don't have any problem with a man having a child and then asking, or actually apparently he didn't ask. He said he was good to go, but the club decided to give him the game off anyways. I got no problem with them giving someone the time off because they had a child be born. That's not a problem. But the changes that Steven Gerrard did put in place just didn't work. McGinn looked frustrated and frustrated supporters today. Sanson was very tidy, but very par. I guess that's the word you put it, very par. Bailey struggled to implement himself in the game. He wasn't on the ball enough for me. But when he was doing good things. Just some strange kind of decision-making from Steven Gerrard and some of the substitutions and changes he made. He had been kind of threatening that for a while, and now that he does it doesn't work. And so I don't know if this is like hey, we need to go back, or this is we got to continue to change things, or players need more time. But the changes that Villa made just didn't seem to go off, and that's kind of a giant letdown as a Villa fan. You're looking for players like Sanson to come in and just play a little bit quicker, play a little bit faster tempo, push himself around on the field a little bit more, make himself a little bit more instrumental to the team. And he played great. I honestly don't know if he put a pass out wrong, but he also wasn't on the ball enough. It wasn't pressing enough for me. And this isn't me berating him, thinking he's not good enough. He's definitely good enough as a sub role. So he needs to either step up a level, or he needs to realize his position, because he was struggling earlier in the season to show his emotions properly. Number 2, and this is going to be a strange one, but the boot guy. I don't know what freaking pair of boots Villa players are wearing these days, because on the field today it looked like ice skates. We gave up 2 goals because guys were slipping around. Konza slipped, McGinn slipped, Ashley Young was slipping, Sanson slipped here and there. Ollie Watkins slips every game all the time. Coutinho was slipping. Like, it's almost like they're wearing boots for California, where we have super hard ground and the studs are pretty short. Everyone knows that in England you're wearing the metal studs, you're wearing the 6 spread. You just don't have, you have far deeper studs but fewer of them. And I don't know if they need to go to longer studs or what, but players were looking like they were on ice skates today. And I don't know if the pitch was super wet or what was going on, but that can't be happening. this isn't the first or second game that guys have been slipping and falling around quite a bit. They've been doing it all season long, really. And this is a constant error. Cash slips 4 times a game. McGinn slips 5 or 6 times a game. Ollie Watkins probably slips 10 times a game. It's insane. They really got to figure this out. And so I don't know if they need longer studs, different shoes, whatever. But you can't be falling around slipping like that. And the McGinn Konza one that results in a goal, it's just sloppy. Just sloppy play. So those guys, the boot guy needs to figure it out. Get him some different shoes. Put super glue on the bottom of them. I don't give a shit. Figure it out. You can't be slipping in the Premier League like that constantly. Number 3, midfield revamp. It's clear as day that Aston Villa's midfield is right on par with United's, and both of which are not good enough for the level they need to be. It's just that simple. If we could get somebody like, I don't know, Scott McTominay as our 6, I'd be thrilled. Basuma, awesome. Phillips is a little expensive for me, and I don't think Villa have the draw for him. Rice isn't happening. Maybe Kamara Boubacar is how I believe his name's said. I think he's at Marseille. There's a guy in Germany. There's a few guys around that could play that holding mid, but a holding mid needs to be found. Possibly another 8. I think Ramsey needs a break. I don't know if Sanson is quite to the level we need. And McGinn, he needs someone to challenge him because to me, he's just not quite doing it anymore. But we need a midfield revamp. I'm going to say we need to spend probably north of 50, 60 mil this summer just on center mids. Specifically a holding mid and potentially number 10 or an 8. If Coutinho comes, that's great. That's going to be awesome. He's that attacking center mid. He's a guy that we really need. But we need more. We need more. So hopefully Stevie G can figure that out and find the players he wants. Hopefully the scouting team can find them. One thing that was interesting on the midfield was Stevie G noted after the game that he was testing out Sanson. Sanson needed a game. Stevie G needed to see him. I don't know if Stevie G saw what he wanted to see. But I know after the game, he came out with just saying that Sanson needed to be tested and needed to be shown, and he deserved it after what he had seen. So maybe Sanson is the option in midfield. But we just need a little bit more. We need some support there. We need some changes. Number 4, Ollie Watkins. I've been a great defender of Ollie Watkins among all of the Villa fans that I chat with. I think I thought he was the guy going forward for Villa. He was clearly the guy for Dean Smith, and I think he played well with Dean Smith's style. But maybe he's a Dean Smith guy, not a Steven Gerrard guy. To me, these next 8-9 games are his tryout, honestly. I don't know if Villa should continue with Ollie Watkins after the summer. And he's going to have many teams lining up to sign him. We could get 40, 45 million for him. But he had 2 sitters today, one-on-one with the keeper, and he fluffed him wide. He had a PK that honestly, I don't think he should have taken. And when he did, he hit the post, and it was millimeter to go in. An inch the other way, and it's going out. I just don't think he has the confidence at Villa. And Villa need a guy that's going to take it all. Villa need a guy who's going to be the dude who changes the game and finishes those options. And Ollie Watkins is not that guy right now. So I want him to be. He's young enough. He's fit enough. He's big enough. He's fast enough. He's everything Villa 2 years ago needed. But we have moved on now, and Ollie Watkins needs to finish. Either that or he needs a finishing striker partner. He needs something. He needs to get himself to the level to finish opportunities if he's going to be England's striker or one of England's backup strikers. Because missing those 2 opportunities today was just really telling and eye-opening for me as a guy who really enjoys Ollie Watkins. I really do like him. I like him as what I've seen as a person. I like him as a player. I just don't know if he's the guy to take us to a European spot, and he needs to be. So hopefully these tryouts go well for him. Hopefully he can bang in 5 or 6 goals, because I think he's sitting on 7 or 8 right now, and that's not good enough. We need a striker that's at 15. And for that instance and for those numbers, Danny Ings ain't doing it either for me. So striker tryouts at Villa going on now. That one made me a little sad, actually. Number 5, and I'm going to give you guys a bonus after this too. Number 5, Steven Gerrard's post-game comments are intriguing, strange, aggressive, all the above. Steven Gerrard has come out and said numerous times, players don't understand the system. Okay, so he changes it. Fair enough. Players don't understand what's being asked of them. Players aren't stepping up. He says guys need rest. He says guys aren't showing him what he wants. He's basically called out the players now for the better part of 2 months, saying they're not good enough. And I think it's clear that Steven Gerrard is frustrated by the lack of results. I think it's clear he is basically throwing it down to the board that they need to allow him to make changes. And I see us signing 3 to 5 guys this summer. That's it. 3 to 5 guys, which 5 guys is a lot. I think 4 is probably right around the number, and I see it going to be quality over quantity. But it is clear he is unhappy with 3 or 4 guys. To me, it's no surprise Traore didn't get on the field. It's no surprise Chukwuemeka has not been playing. I think he has a very short fuse with players, and I'm okay with that. If we want an Aston Villa that is pushing for Europe, I don't give a shit about sentiment. You got to figure your shit together. You're either going to play to the highest level, hi birdie, or you're not. And he is throwing it down, and I believe there are players there who are starting who he is ready to replace. And you might say that's cutthroat, but this is a cutthroat business. You either get busy winning or you find a new club. So hopefully he can find the players. A holding mid, bingo. Possibly a striker, bingo. Maybe a center back. Maybe another center mid, just right down the middle, a spine to the team. So we'll see. And I'm going to give you guys the number 6, and this is a bonus today. And this one isn't about Aston Villa. It's actually about the EPL. The reffing is absolutely shit. The reffing is inconsistent as all can be. And it showed itself primarily in the 93rd minute, where there was a huge bust-up between the two teams. John McGinn had collected the ball and battled away to take it from the Wolves striker, and his name's eluding me right now. And the guy kicked at McGinn a few times. You know what? So be it. That's part of the game. But McGinn gets taken down. Konza grabs the guy, and it gets into a scuffle. And for me, the scuffle is fine, but the fact that it got to the scuffle was an indicator that the reffing is not to the highest level, because if you have refs that are controlling games and keeping them from getting out of control, that never happens. You don't have that blow up. The reffing just isn't quite good enough right now in the EPL. And guys are retiring. They need to get the level of reffing up to the level of the EPL. And for me, when matches blow up like that, that just shows the refs are not in control. And I don't mean calling every ticky-tack thing, but you need the refs that are respected by the players and can hold them accountable on the pitch, and don't let that type of stuff fall into disarray, because when players get like that, then fans get like that, and then managers get out of control, and it comes down to the ref to keep control of what is on the pitch, and they're just not doing it. So there we go. There's my 5 things. Aston Villa post Wolves match. There is a bonus added on my thoughts about the match and some of the reffing issues going on, and I hope you guys like the video. Please comment, tell me I'm a jackass, or tell me I'm out of my depth, or tell me you believe in what I'm saying, you think it's right. I don't care. Obviously the first half of those comments are just ones that are wrong. It's fine, okay? But as the sun just starts to break here, shoot me a like and subscribe. Tell us what you guys think. Listen to our other episodes. Listen to all the stuff and get at us.
This is the North End.